Today we'll be mostly speaking about helmet interiors. Welcome back to another video on the channel. I'm Dan, CableGuy, and today I wanted to talk about Stormtrooper helmet interiors. That includes things like fans, padding, even maybe a chin strap. So what options are there and which one's best for you? Let's get into the video. Let's start with the most basic of helmet interiors. This is roughly how the original helmets were for the movie. They had a foam star. I say star, it's only got 4 leaves, but that's basically what they had on the original helmets. A foam star of some sort that's around 1 inch thick, and that literally just push fits into the helmet. The lenses here are a green acetate, and those are basically fixed in place over the nuts and bolts here. So they just fit on, and again that just push fits into place. It's not glued down or anything, it's just pushed into the shape of the helmet. And then the original helmets as well had some sort of elastic chin strap, which this one here, again I've just attached that onto the bolts inside, and that's then a simple installation for a chin strap. For a lot of troopers this is absolutely fine. It is screen accurate because it's approximately how the original helmets were, and for most it's going to do the job really nicely. The only thing I would mention, if you are using this to troop with, there's no mesh behind the teeth, which means that if somebody's looking at you from the front, maybe a public, a child, adult, doesn't matter who it is, they will probably be able to see your face through the holes in the frown. But again, that is screen accurate, so again that's one option for the inside of the helmet. Let's move on to another one. Here's another option, and this is basically blacking out the helmet a little bit inside. This means that when the public are looking at you from an angle, for example a child looking up at the Stormtrooper, the inside is blacked out slightly. So of course this isn't screen accurate, this isn't how they were, but if you're more into trooping than replica or prop collecting, then you might well go for something like this. In this case, although it's not that fancy, it's just 1 or 2 millimeter EVA self-adhesive foam cut into strips and stuck into the helmet. You could of course do the whole top there as well. You could black that all out, but as I say, from side angles or lower down, that is quite nicely blacked out. So again, that's a different option for the internals of the helmet. There is some different padding as well in here, but you'll see that better on the next helmet. This helmet I've stripped out. I don't really use this one for trooping at the moment, so I've stripped out the fans, which is why there's Velcro here. You could put fans back into it, and also you could attach, there's Velcro pads in here, so you could attach helmet pads back into it. But let's move on to option number 3. And here's another option that we've got as well. So this one here, you might see straight away, has a different type of lens. So this one here, the lens or the visor, is much thicker. It's more like a welder's lens, so it's a thick acrylic basically, and that then is slightly darker than the original green acetate lenses. It is still green if you get the light through it, but as I say, that is much darker, so it's really good for obscuring your eyes. This one then you'll see I've got the tactical helmet pads, which I think are used commonly for airsoft. So you've got a few of these around the helmet, one right at the top, one at the forehead there as well. So again, you can adjust these, they're just Velcroed in, so you can adjust them to wherever suits your head best. I find those are really good because you can move them around and make sure you get a nice snug fit on your head so you don't get the bobblehead effect. Also as well, this one does have the mesh, which is simply held in, it's not to look fancy, it's simply held in with more of that EVA self-adhesive foam. And from the front, it means that it then has that slight obscurity. So again, if somebody's looking at you as a Stormtrooper, they're going to have less chance of seeing the human inside, which of course makes the interaction better for them. And again, the dark lenses also mean they're not going to see your eyes, which again is perfect for that illusion, so they feel like they're actually meeting a real character. Now this one, of course, you'll notice is kitted out also with a fan system. So you've got a power bank here, which is I think 6,700 milliamps, so that will last for absolutely ages. And then there's a couple of fans here as well, which would blow some air into roughly your cheeks, just to try and keep a bit of airflow inside the helmet. And of course you can adjust these, put them anywhere within reason. So again, that's another option for the interior of a Stormtrooper helmet. There we go, so I hope that's been helpful. As you'll probably see, there's no right or wrong answer. It's whatever works best for you if you're trooping. Again, if you're having it as a display piece, You might go for the more simple star with just the chin strap, but that's absolutely fine for trooping as well. No one's going to moan at you because you don't have X amount of padding in your helmet. It's just whatever is most comfortable for you for trooping or display purposes, whatever you're doing for it. And of course there are always options like fan systems. Some people have something called hearing assist, which helps you hear a little bit better so you're not blocked by the helmet quite as much. And of course you can also put headsets in these things if you want to have that connected to a speaker of some sort. So again, I hope that video has been useful. That's just a couple of suggestions for what you might do for your internal helmet padding. Of course, just do whatever works best for you, whatever's most comfortable. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.